We all know that we need to keep our systems updated, upgraded. Can you talk about the impact of outdated driver and of course other application software on performance, and what kind of best practices you would recommend to organizations to ensure that the systems remain up to date and optimized for peak performance?
That's always a very important point about staying up to date and staying current. Outdated drivers, outdated software, they all can contribute to performance degradation. And when we're talking about achieving, advertised performance levels, most, if not all of those advertised performance levels have been taken in a controlled environment where the systems are running with the most up-to-date drivers, most up-to-date software, the latest operating system with its required patches. And so they are getting their best performance by having things optimized and up to date. And if you're running older driver versions, you may be missing out on performance fixes. You may be missing out on tuning settings that have been made available in those later drivers or in those later applications and software that you just can't get because you're running on an outdated set of drivers, or the application you're using itself is outdated. So you want to make sure, not just from a performance level, but it has so many other impacts on businesses that run mission critical applications to stay up to date for security concerns and security risks, of course, for performance concerns and achieving optimal performance with the systems you've paid for. Just staying current really is an important part of creating the best environment for your customers. And how you do that, it's of course, there are going to be some tweaks needed for your particular use case, but you want to make sure that you have a policy and plan in place. And you want to make sure that as much as possible, you can automate the alerts of when new updates are available. You want to make sure you have a process plan or automation in place for rolling out those software updates safely in a way in which you can test them and then roll them out in a managed way so that you can avoid any potential disasters if, for example, an update doesn't work well. And then you want to make sure that you're continually monitoring the performance of those systems when updates are rolled out. It's software, it's technology. Sometimes there are performance updates to drivers that actually cause some undesirable effects. So you want to look at the company's release notes, and you want to look at, are there new parameters that need to be tweaked or changed as those updates are applied.